Hi there, it's Phil from parkerlings.com. I hope you're all well today. Now today's video is going to be all about the starting of our new US garden. So it's definitely been a learning experience. It's been a lot of hard work, but I'm going to show you what we've purchased, partly at the greenhouse and other shops as well, and the planting, and finally showing you the produce. Now, as you can see from behind me, I'm in the UK again, been here for a few weeks, so unfortunately what it's meant is that I can't do absolutely everything myself. So we've got a surprise guest for you, and hopefully you'll like what happens there. We went out to the nursery, to the big greenhouse there, and purchased quite a few things. I think in a way we held back a little bit because we didn't know quite how much space we had to work with. Now, just so you know, I do not know what most of these things are, so I will be reading this off the labels at least to start with until I get used to these particular plants. So let's show you what they are. So this here is a hosta. This is called curly fries, and you can quite obviously see why. Very interesting variegated leaf. This here, rather nice looking. This will have flowers soon enough. That is sugar buzz cherry pops, bee balm. So that should be very interesting given time. And look at these flowers here, aren't these lovely? So we get loads of those in here, and that particular one is a tall mallow Sabrina. So that's again, hopefully that'll grow quite nicely, get quite large. This one here, which looks like a bit of a wildflower, it's quite a nice thing. Moonbeam corsopsis. This one is a new vintage violet yarrow. Got a couple of these. Very nice feeling actually. We've got some more tomato. This one really does need planting in. Oh, this is my yellow pear. Did that last year and that was fantastic in the way of produce. We've got some strawberries down here. In fact, I think these getting ready. Got some strawberries forming there. This is one that Sandy picked out, which I thought I would like, because obviously I can't have seeds. Sweet seedless, so it's minimum. It's not obviously fully seedless because you've got to have seeds somewhere, but very minimum, they say. It's like some kind of plum tomato, again quite large, so looking forward to them. This is our tomatillo, Toma Verde tomatillo. Got my marigolds starting there. It's our coleus, or coleus as I usually call it, and as I say, lots more tomatoes in there. There's another coleus there. Here. This is a compact orchid blush. Oh, apparently easy to grow. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Yeah, this one here I thought would be nice. You can see straight away there's going to be some very nice flowers coming off of this one. So yes, here we go. This one, Rebecca, Rising Sun, Chestnut Gold. Now this one I really wanted to do because we had Rebecca's from Nola's garden before last year, and they turned out very nicely, and they do have a habit of spreading everywhere, and they are perennial, so it'd be fantastic getting these all over the place. So we'll have this out in the front garden, I think. Now these ones really popped up in my eyes. Never seen anything like it before. I'm sure everyone else has, but it's new for me. It's Aloha Blue Ageratum. More marigolds, of course. We want to get them started, ready for the tomatoes. And down here, got a few of these cucumbers. This one here is a bush pickle cucumber. That's one that Sandy was after. Of course, for me, also the market more, and all these petunias. Oh, this should be fun. This is a gigantic Dill's Atlantic pumpkin. One I had to get because I adore these. Cherokee purple. Beautiful, lovely taste. It's a white cherry. So it's actually a green tomato. So coneflowers, sombrero, tres amigos. It's quite nice. Those flowers, nice pink. A monada something or other. A sugar buzz rockin' raspberry bee balm, monard bergamot. I don't know, but I do know it looks beautiful. That has to give us lovely colour along with the other yellows we've got. This here is a Coreopsis Sunkiss. We've got some cabbage in there, got some more peppers that need putting in, butternut squash, the zucchinis. Loads of marigolds still need to be put in, although I've planted about 20 of them already, in with some tomato plants. Another pepper, Down here, these are watermelon. The things in between are radish, and there's a sunflower trying to come up there. Peppers, marigold, and I'm putting the marigold in with each one, even though we don't have the slug problem. It still looks nice. These are more colliers. Now these came as tiny little things. They've already started growing, which is brilliant. All different types. They've got some more there. All of those were in the same 2 packs. This is one I wanted to do from last year, so big rainbow. This should be a fun one, because looking at that, the fruit size can be between 0.8 of a kilogram and 1 kilogram. Now I only got a couple of tomatoes off my last one because I did it way too late. We have Coppolar's or Sippler's Pride. I've never even tried that before. I think that's Sandy's choice there. Pink Girl, again, new for me. And oh yes, another yellow pear, again purely because of how many we get from it. A Yummy Mix pepper, the mini pels, but they are very small, those ones. And this is one I wanted to try but never had the room. This is a black crim tomato, fairly large, 8 ounces or so. We also got a number of hostas, lots of them from a property. They were just saying, well, you can have as many as you want, and that's always a dangerous thing to say. Have how many plants as you want. Why not indeed? They're all different types, but mainly now these are the ones with the white on the outsides. We got 4 pumpkin plants. This one is a Howden pumpkin, 92 days maturity. And we also have here a baby bear pumpkin. There you go. And that's 105 days. So in here we have a whole load of sticks, a whole load of branches. Then we have a load of the wood chips. Then we have some manure, horse manure, which has been well rotted. So it's been a number of weeks. It's absolutely fine to put in. And then we've put a whole load of compost on top, just soil, and should get all the goodness. And eventually all of that wood will then also turn into compost of such. And also we can put more leaves on the top if we wish. So this here is Pink Girl. Some nice sized tomatoes there, and if we come down here, oh my gosh, wow, they're quite good. Barely fit in my hand with 2 actually, so they can be quite big by the look of it. Here's another tomatillo. We've got 2 here together. You're supposed to have 2 apparently, so they assist each other, so to speak. And we've got loads and loads of little lanterns up there, looking good. This is a pepper plant called Yummy Mix. Now, it's a sweet pepper, but if we come down the bottom, look at that, there's a whole load of them there, so that's looking really, really good. And we come across here as well, this is the Lamuyo, or Lamuyo, oh, I don't know, something like that, peppers. They look rather nice. This is our cherry pick pepper. Try saying that a few times when you've had a few to drink. You see, we do have some coming in. Not sure what's going on there though, because that one, oops, that one there's got a few markings on it, I'm not sure. So this is the ox heart. You see there's some nice new flowers there. However, there's no tomatoes. Oh, actually, I might be lying there. Down here, there is one. Hurrah! This is a husky cherry red. This one Sandy started off. It's a lot darker. Interesting leaves. And if we go down, there's loads of cherry tomatoes in there. And if we come right down, we've got one which is almost ready. There's only a few days left and that one's going to be ready to do. Yum, yum, yum. It's Jetstar. Hopefully this one will get a bit taller. But look at that bunch there. That is pretty darn big. 6 gorgeous tomatoes there. We'll be careful not to let them drop. Might have to support them maybe. This Sweet 100 here got some nice flowers growing. Lots going on down here. Plenty of leaves, and then eventually, there we are. to get some fruit. I've got even more yellow pears, looking nice. Here's the creme. Look at these. Come in here, these are beautiful, aren't they? This one I did last year and it got over 8 foot. This is a black cherry, and look at those. They do say cherry tomatoes, but they do get quite large. This is yellow pear, did really well last year. Extremely prolific, and you'll see they're growing quite nicely. There's more in here. And this one, the Sweet Mini 100s, not a great deal happening yet, but we do have some. That leads us then to Jetstar. Now look at that, so that's quite nice there, and we'll go down here. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous things. Looking forward to them. So we do have one more yellow pear here. This is actually looking really nice, and they're gorgeous. So they're looking good, really nice indeed. So I'm happy with them. Here's some PVC tubing. It looks absolutely brilliant, strong as it can possibly get. And you know it's strong because it's ridiculously heavy. But the problem we've got here is that all of these flowers that we've had so far, all of those around there, down there, every one of them is male. Down here we have our blueberry bush, more of a twig so far, but all of this is new growth, so it didn't have any of this, it was literally just this. All of this is this year's growth. They are blackcoat runner beans. Now I've got quite a few in here. We also, down here somewhere, have some sweet potatoes. I'm hoping it's my 3rd year in a row. This is my first one though in the States. But look at all of these here. These are cucumbers. Lots and lots of flowers. And if we come around here, cucumbers. It would be lovely if we can get lots and lots of cucumbers. But again, loads of flowers all the way up there, up there. This is a cabbage. Now, as you see, they're pretty close together, so we do need to take a few out. So I'll probably remove this one here, so that and that can grow nicely together. And probably do the same thing, so they're just in a square maybe. Now I think these are bush pickles, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, we'll find out soon enough. But look at that, tons of flowers under there. It's trying to run itself around itself, but it looks. But unfortunately, we've only got a few carrots that came up, and this one's trying to strangle this one out of place. But I don't think I'm not going to be able to get that off without damaging it, so I'll let it go. Now we've been taking just the tips here. We've been taking the odd one or two off here and eating them as if they're just salad onions. Or spring onions, but we're letting them go as well, so hopefully some will dry out and then we'll be able to use them as proper onions underneath. Here's another recycled item. This is a car tire, and this is a giant pumpkin. So as you see, it's actually running down here, but it's then also going all the way down there and around. So most of these here, as you'll see if you come in, again, they're all male flowers, every one of them. So we're all the way down here. Male, 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 male. More male. Nothing much happening there. Any more? Oh, there you go. We've got one. One, hopefully, to become a giant pumpkin. Another tie there as well. Now this is a butternut squash. Again, it's not a great deal happening. So we've got bush pickles and we've got some courgettes as well. This here, well actually that is a sunflower. Only one survived here out of 4. This is actually watermelons. So you'll see there's lots and lots of flowers on it. Trying to open up. But if we come around, we have got my first ever watermelon growing. It's a tiny little thing at the moment, but hopefully that will get a lot larger. Oops, almost forgot to show you this. Rio Grande tomatoes. Now it really has not grown much at all, but the tomatoes that are on it, though very few, are very nice. Cherokee purples, lots of them on there, very small as of yet, but hopefully these little babies will soon become big babies. And this one here is a mini mixed. So again, these are all sweet. Don't have any chili peppers this time round, though that does look quite like a chili pepper. It's not, it's just a sweet mini. We've got lots of flowers coming up here. Oh, what are you? That's a weird little thing. Not seen him before. Anyone have any ideas what he is? Got a funny feeling I don't want him in here though. I'm going to take him off. This is a lovely flamingo with a frog on its back. I have no idea what that's all about, but it's cute. So, of course, my favourite little marigolds. Now I don't know what this is all about, but these things are growing everywhere, very weedy. Didn't know if they're going to be related to the hosta or not, or lily or what, but very weird. I cleaned out the whole bed full of them and they've all come back within 2 weeks. This here though, hosta has some gorgeous flowers. We have here beautiful coneflower. There you go. It's been eaten a little bit, but it's still gorgeous. Of course, they're coming to marigolds, they're everywhere. However, there were a lot more of them, but they got eaten by ground squirrels and birds. And had to get these. That one starting to fall apart now. But Rebecca's are beautiful. So we did get some more Rebecca's. It's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous things. I could have just a whole bed full of these. Who knows, I might even do that next year. Lovely purple lilac flowers. Oh, we got another bug. Now you, what are you doing on my Sabrina? You're not supposed to be on here. You have to agree, that is absolutely beautiful. Rhubarb's looking rather good. Oh, and there's a rooster going off again. Oh, there you go. Some rather nice looking rhubarb. Now, interestingly, colouring up a little bit, but I think it's just lack of water at the moment. This is our Rose of Sharon here. It's quite tall. I'm not sure quite when they actually flower, because the one I had back in the UK would have been flowering like crazy by now. This is my buddleia. Unfortunately, this is finished this part now for the year, but there is plenty more growth. You can see here quite clearly there's more happening. So we made up a few pots here. As you can see here, this salvia is looking absolutely beautiful. It's really grown out. And the polka dot plants as well, beautiful. And let's come around here. We've got 4 of those pots, which are gorgeous. Now the difference is this one here has a gorgeous looking dahlia growing up it. Again, that was a new one from tuber. It's been in there for best part of a month, I think. But look at this. Look at this though. This is the most beautiful thing. I always loved these coleus. Now I'm actually going to make a little video, I think, of these to show you how to do cuttings of them, because they are the most easy things possible. This here, I meant to plant, is my black knight buddleia. This is exactly the same one that I had in the UK, and I wanted to get it again. It was about 10 foot tall when I had mine. So once I put it in the ground, hopefully it'll do something similar. Well, there you go. Look at this nice deep pink colour. It's gorgeous. Strangely enough, it's quite white. Actually, that one, little tiny tinges of pink, and lots more to come as well. You can see all these little buds coming up here. Really rather nice. It's a yarrow. Finally, at last, more of my father-in-law's favourite flowers. There, you got the petunias in there, and some more, of course, there. And a fountain that was set up by Sandy. Unfortunately, now it's not on because it's the end of the day and there's not enough sun for the solar panel. Never mind, but it does look gorgeous. Well, there you go. That's my part of the video done. And now it's over to the guest star. Well, guest star this time around is going to be Sandy, doing her first ever garden tour video. Now, she's picking all the produce. She's preparing them for pickling, and she's been also, of course, eating them along with her father, Victor. Unfortunately, I'm not, so I am rather jealous and my mouth is watering at the look of them. So I do hope you enjoy this little bit of video, and as you were with me, please also be easy on Sandy with her first ever tour. So I do hope you enjoy this. Over to Sandy now.
Hi, it's Sandy from parkerlings.com. It's a beautiful August afternoon. You can just hear the summer silence. It's wonderful. So here is our cucumber mountain. You can see here we're harvesting all the cucumbers that we can. I think they're all little. There's still a bunch of little ones.
Yeah? Here. Show that.
So there is our harvest of cucumbers today.
Any over here or not. Are these pickles?
That's zucchini there, but this, the
Oh,
other,
here.
that one there is, yes, those are pickles. So these are the pickling cucumbers. There we go. Bigger than your hand, huh? Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. You want to get those tomatoes? Are they ready?
Yeah.
There, the tomatillos, they're not quite ready yet. And those ones. And that's a blueberry. And then over here we've got more tomatoes. And some more that are ripe here. Some cherry tomatoes. Very tasty. I don't like these ones particularly because they tend to, you see that they're tending to split real easily. We just did a picking yesterday, so there aren't too many here that are ready to go. There are another 3 from that plant. Oh, and here are some yellow ones that are ripe. This one is they've both been fairly prolific. These are black cherry. They're more purple. They've been fairly prolific, and there's aroma down there. And the white cherry are very yellow. Here I've come around so that I can go ahead and show you better what I believe are called black crim. They're not black at all. I think we've harvested one so far. Oop, there, if I can find it, is aroma tomato. There we go. Here's aroma tomato. It's quite nice. These pink girls are beautiful, but I'm not exactly sure when they're ready. This one has been, they're huge. No, it's not coming off yet, but because I can't really tell when it's ripe, when they're completely ripe, but they are looking beautiful. And now you can see we've got 3 blushing there. Those are going to be our biggest ones. We've harvested some peppers. I've harvested them orange. I'm going to be harvesting these ones too. You can see we've got more peppers on this plant. So here are the peppers, 2 peppers for harvest. They're fun. There is this red pepper. I think I'm going to harvest this one today too, because it is got this bad, oops, here we go. It has got this bad spot on it, like sunburn or something. Here are some more. This was a Menards plant that we had. That was the first one I'd planted. And we've had loads of nice cherry tomatoes off of it. We're getting a beautiful harvest this year. And Phil, I'm so sorry that you're not here to see it in person. But thank you for helping to make it a reality. Trying to do this one-handed isn't very easy. I'm gonna pick this one. This is a black cherry tomato, and it looks ready. Here are our pumpkins. We've got 2 pumpkins at least that have survived. There's one right there. You can see. I'm surprised actually how many male plants there are as compared to female, if I'm honest. Oops, here I am picking a few of these different cherry tomatoes. This is the Jet Star. They didn't get as big as I would have expected, actually. They're looking okay, but when I see them on Living Traditions, they're much larger. Always seem much larger. But actually, for me, it's the Pink Girl this year that have done the best, that have been the largest. They're definitely ones I would do again. So, well, assuming that the eating of them is as good as the looking, how they look. I swear, you turn your head and another bunch have ripened. Here are a bunch more of the black cherries that look like they're about ready. Ooh, there we go. There's 4 more of the black cherries that are ready. So there's our harvest bucket. The dahlias and definitely the moss roses, portulacas, are gorgeous. And that purple flower that you had bought, that's looking real good. The petunias. Here I planted out your tri bucket. That needs to be watered once again. I got that all planted out with the coleus that was left. There's some more petunias. And the other pot. Over here, this dahlia is nearly ready to flower, but I think it had problems with sunlight, because you see here that it's growing well past the thing, and I think that's because it's looking for sun. The portulacas haven't done so well on this side either. It's amazing. It only gets late afternoon sun here on this north side of the porch. This one is doing well though. And the coleus are loving this position. And I'm just going to pick off the flower heads of the coleus. Keep them looking nice. I was real pleased to see today that the bee balm bush has bloomed again. We've got one of those Asian lilies. I had pulled a bunch of that stuff out. There's a tomatillo, but I don't know that it's got any fruit on it. And then the sage towards its end. The lilies are still doing pretty well, and there's that Achillea plant. Here you can see we've got loads of tomatoes on the bush and on this one here. Not ripe yet. And I have to weed. This plant here has gotten a bit weedy looking. It's gone to seed. I gotta cut it back for the year. Is it Rebecca? That's looking real nice. And it's spread tremendously, which is even in its first year, which was really impressive how much it's spread. That plant hasn't done anything yet. That's a yarrow, I think. It really hasn't flowered yet. There's another Rebecca. You can tell that it's a different version of that one. This is a slightly bigger head. And then there's the cone flower, the echinacea, which has done pretty well. And then you can see there, these tomatoes aren't doing half as well as the ones on the other side. And it's this one here that the leaves are coming back now, but something had eaten all the leaves off of that. You can kind of see some of the damage that's on it. And I did notice that, however, that there is one red tomato back down in there, and I got to decide whether I probably will wait to try to get back in there to get it. And I've got to weed. I had weeded this other side, but I haven't gotten to that side of it yet to weed. There's a marigold there that's fallen over. I've got to do some deadheading too. Yikes. I don't know if I can't remember whether that's a weed or a plant. I don't know. Maybe you can tell. Here's the lavender. Some other. It looked like you planted a pepper. Did you plant a pepper out here? It didn't do anything. And you can see I haven't watered in a few days. The ground is a bit cracked and in need of rain, but all of the perennials have done pretty well. You know, that yellow plant there has done pretty well, and this coleopsis. Oh, and one thing I had noticed I didn't tell you over on the other side, it's here too. This bee balm bloomed again, which is real nice. And I thought we had a purple one as well. I haven't seen the purple one rebloom, but there you go. This pink plant is looking real nice too, and doing its job of ground starting to cover and avoid a lot of the weeds. So there you have it. Oh, and let me also go over and show you the rhubarb. Here is the rhubarb patch looking a bit worse for wear. I haven't watered it in a couple of weeks because it had a lot of water. Now, here's the key question. We are at the start of August. Should I be picking these stalks, or should I leave them to die back? You can see that particular one has done real well. There's some kind of weed here. I don't know what that weed is, but look at it. It's got pretty flowers that are starting to grow. I don't know what it is. It's a weed because it wasn't specifically planted there. I definitely have to get the weeds out of here. You can see it's desperate, but I need the secateurs to get them out properly. And here's the Rose of Sharon, or the hibiscus. Dad needed it to be cut back, but I didn't have a chance to do it. We didn't have a chance to do it before it flowered, so now I'm letting it flower, and we'll cut it back in the fall, I guess. It's very pretty. Here you can see our bamboo patch, looking pretty nice despite all of the weeds that are also growing up in it. It's definitely a bit of cover, although of course I've got to do some cutting back of some of the dead ones here. Bamboo canes, perhaps. And over here are our two buddleias. So we've got the dwarf buddleia, Pugster Blue, and then we've got one that Phil had bought from a box store. That is looking pretty nice. I got it reestablished over here. It was over by our apple trees, but there was a risk of it getting accidentally mowed down as it was so small, so I moved it over here. And of course I probably put it too close to the Pugster Blue, but I figured better to have it over here than have it mowed down. And this is where I could get it with the soil being what it was. Just found this mushroom in the middle of our garden. What do you think? Edible or not? I suspect not. But I'm gonna have to do some searching to figure it out, because looking at its spore head, I suspect it's not edible. Keen to find out. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video about our garden tour. I'm not a garden tour guide by any means. Phil is. So perhaps he'll have stepped in with some voiceover during editing. But for now, I just wanted to say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching and listening. And God bless. Bye.
Well, thank you, Sandy, for doing that video for me, your first ever garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it. So everyone, we're now up to date. I'm now very jealous because my mouth is watering thinking of those lovely tomatoes and the cucumbers. But I understand Sandy's going to be making some videos about pickling the cucumbers and some freeze drying, so I know at least I should be able to get something when I get back to the States. Let's hope so. Well, with that, you're up to date with everything we've done, and we'll bring out some more videos, and I hope that we'll be able to bring out a video of doing some pickling of those cucumbers. We'll see, won't we? So with that, I wish you well, say goodbye and God bless. Goodbye.